You wake up in the morning. Your smartwatch vibrates. You look down and immediately get humbled by a tiny rectangle on your wrist. 4 hours of sleep. Stress levels elevated. Recovery score terrible. Amazing. Because apparently in 2026, even your accessories are disappointed in you now. Welcome to the future. Anxiety but with Bluetooth. And somehow, Google may have just made the weirdest wearable of this entire decade. Because while every tech company on Earth is busy cramming more screens into our lives, Google looked at smartwatches and said, what if we remove the screen entirely? Yeah. The Fitbit Air has no display. No notifications. No texts. No Instagram previews. No tiny dopamine machine strapped to your veins buzzing every 6 seconds. And honestly, that sounds insane. But the scarier part is, it might actually be brilliant. Because think about what smartwatches slowly became over the last few years. At first they were supposed to help us track our workouts, monitor our health, maybe help us stay active. But somewhere along the way, they evolved into miniature smartphones attached directly to our nervous systems. Now your wrist wants your attention 24/7. Emails, messages, breaking news, calendar reminders, someone liking your story from 2019 for some reason. At this point, most smartwatches aren't reducing stress. They are the stress. And that's exactly why the Fitbit Air is so interesting. Because instead of becoming more distracting, Google went the complete opposite direction. Smaller, cleaner, quieter, almost invisible. And the design is honestly kind of wild. This thing is ridiculously tiny. Like, reviewers said it's lighter than most fitness trackers on the market and thin enough to basically disappear on your wrist. It looks less like a gadget, and more like futuristic minimalist jewelry. Which matters way more than people think. Because most fitness trackers don't fail because the technology is bad. They fail because people stop wearing them. You know the cycle. Day 1. I'm changing my life. You start drinking water, going on walks, watching motivational videos at 2 a.m. Then 1 week later, your fitness tracker is dead under the bed beside missing socks, old chargers, and unresolved emotional issues. But the Fitbit Air is designed to avoid exactly that. It's built to be so light, comfortable, and distraction-free that you almost forget it's there. And while it disappears physically, it's still quietly tracking almost everything happening inside your body. Heart rate, stress levels, sleep quality, movement, recovery, blood oxygen. Honestly, at this point, your wrist knows more about your body than you do. And the craziest part, modern wearables are no longer just tracking your health. They're starting to predict it. Your watch can literally detect patterns before you notice them. Poor sleep, elevated stress, burnout, recovery problems. Basically, your smartwatch is slowly becoming that brutally honest friend who tells you the truth you don't want to hear. Like, hey champ, maybe surviving entirely on iced coffee and bad decisions isn't a long-term wellness strategy. And this is where Google starts adding AI into the mix. Because apparently we're now entering the era of artificial intelligence judging our lifestyles professionally. The Fitbit Air reportedly uses Google's Gemini-powered health coaching system, which sounds less like a fitness feature, and more like the final boss of productivity. But honestly, this part is actually smart. Because most health apps throw confusing graphs and statistics at people nobody understands. You open the app and suddenly it looks like you're analyzing cryptocurrency markets. The Fitbit Air tries to simplify all of that. Instead of giving you random numbers, the AI translates your health data into actual human language. You slept badly. You're stressed. You need recovery. Please stop doom-scrolling conspiracy theories at 3 a.m. And weirdly, that's way more useful. Because the future of tech isn't just smarter devices. It's technology that communicates more naturally. Technology that quietly works in the background instead of constantly screaming for your attention. Which is probably why the battery life on this thing is getting so much attention too. Because despite tracking your body 24/7, the Fitbit Air reportedly lasts nearly an entire week on one charge. A week, which immediately makes Apple Watch users start emotionally searching for chargers. And apparently it charges insanely fast too. Some early reviewers managed to get most of the battery back in under 20 minutes. That means less charging, less management, less friction. And honestly, that's the whole point of good technology. The best tech disappears into your life. You stop thinking about it. It just works. But of course, this wouldn't be a first-generation Google product without at least a little chaos. Because while a lot of reviewers love the comfort and minimalist approach, some early users are already reporting bugs and weird tracking inconsistencies. One Reddit user literally claimed that shaking your hand increased their step count, which technically means air drumming is now cardio. Fitness has evolved. Other people mentioned syncing issues, workout inaccuracies, and occasional software weirdness, which honestly feels very Google. Amazing concept. Slightly unstable execution. Massive potential. Classic. But even with the bugs, the Fitbit Air still feels important. Because this device represents something bigger than just another smartwatch. It represents a shift. A future where technology becomes quieter. Less addictive. Less overwhelming. Less demanding. No constant notifications. No endless distractions. No digital chaos strapped directly onto your body. Just health tracking quietly existing in the background while you live your actual life. And honestly, that sounds healthier than having your wrist yell, "Stand up," every 14 seconds. Like bro, I just sat down. So no, the Fitbit Air probably isn't perfect yet. But it might be pointing towards something much bigger. A future where wearable technology stops trying to dominate your attention and starts trying to disappear completely. And if that's where smartwatches are heading, the next few years of tech are about to get very interesting. So here's the real question. Would you wear a screenless smartwatch? Or are notifications basically part of your personality now? Drop your thoughts below. And subscribe to Finance and Tech for more future gadgets, AI breakthroughs, wearable tech, and the innovations slowly turning humanity into emotionally monitored cyborgs. Because trust me, the future is only getting weirder from here.